97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Chiefs are trading cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams in exchange for LA's first, fifth, and sixth round picks this year, plus a 2027 third round pick, according to NFL Network insiders Tom Pelissero and Ian Rappaport. Meanwhile, the Patriots have informed wide receiver Stephon Diggs that he'll be released at the start of the new league year on March 11th. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show that there's no deadline for his decision to play in 2026. Rodgers praised Steelers head coach Mike McCarthy, but says he's enjoying his offseason and will have conversations down the line. NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo is reporting that if the Eagles were to trade wide receiver A.J. Brown, they'd be looking for a Quinnen Williams type of deal, which is a first-round pick and a second-round sweetener. The Jets traded Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys for a 2026 second-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, and defensive tackle Mozzie Smith. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Wichita, good morning. This is Sports Daily. TJ Cleveland and Jackson Schneider in with you on a Thursday morning. No Jacob Albrock. He's having fun, so we'll hold down the fort and get you ready for your Thursday. We'll recap everything that happened in the sporting world. It was a big one yesterday. Just as we got off the air, if you were listening to the replay, you were likely pretty confused about why we were talking about the possibility of Trent McDuffie going to the Rams, because Trent McDuffie, he went to the Rams. And about as soon as we got off the air, that's how it works in sports talk radio. We'll recap what the Chiefs got back, what it now means for their offseason, and what it means for the outlook of the Chiefs this season. We'll get into some more KU, K-State, Wichita State talk, I'm sure, as the show goes on. But first, our buddy Jackson Schneider is in with us. Jackson, how are you?
I'm alive. I think that's all I got right.
Jackson's life has been pretty crazy, it sounds like. But he's here, he's alive, and he's talking to you this morning.
Yeah, just as soon as I thought I was through the chaos of basketball season and busy broadcast work and some other things at my full-time job, I've been battling a household-wide stomach bug over the last couple of days. And I am on the other side of it, I feel as though I am at least. But
we're going to get on the Tommy to get us an advertisement from like Alka-Seltzer or something, because the man cold has hit all three of us. I'm sure it's coming for you next, Max Power. You better drink some vitamin C. I'm still a little stuffed up here. We had Coach Mills on Tuesday, and I mean Tuesday morning I literally felt like I hit by a bus, and I was like, it's fine, I'm just gonna wake up and do the show. And I clipped out the interview and I posted a little piece of it where we talked about Mike Gray and Emmanuel Okorafor, and I was like, whose voice is that? Is that me? What the hell do I sound like? I sound like death. Anyways, everything on tap for you. Brought to you by Wichita Brewing Company. What's on tap is brought to you by WBC, now featuring Caddy Snack. I said it right, Jacob. Caddy Snack. Wichita's golf beer. Caddy Snack Blonde Ale is refreshingly crushable. Makes the perfect pairing from the first tee to the 19th hole. No matter the score, Caddy Snack reminds you to beer the ball. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. Jackson, did you see the Trent McDuffie trade coming? Were you blindsided?
I didn't see it coming when it happened. That's all anybody's talked about, I feel like, for the Chiefs the last couple of weeks now is will they, won't they deal Trent McDuffie and who might be the best trade partner? And I think the Rams were at the top of that conversation. But I didn't expect it. And then I looked down at my phone and there it is. Oh, wow, that's actually a pretty good haul for the Chiefs too. So I think it worked out okay.
It is. It's interesting. It's interesting of what it now means for the Chiefs. They don't have their star cornerback, and now there's a need there as well. We've talked so much about the running back need. If they're going to, invest in the wide receiver position and do something there, is that, to me, the thing that I pointed out is that it felt like the reason they wouldn't pay Trent McDuffie is they were going to have to pay one of the other rookies in that class, which another one of the rookies would have been Rashee Rice. And we don't think they're going to pay Rashee Rice. So where's that money going to go? Does that money now go to a free agent running back? It's not going to be Breece Hall unless they wanted to give up 2 first-round picks, which is not going to happen. But they've got 2 this year, I guess, if they really wanted to. That could be a Kenneth Walker. It could be something of that nature. We see some more reporting about what they're going to do this offseason. We'll get into it much more in depth. Jackson, the Jets season is over, though. We need to give the people the JetCast coverage here.
It was a tough year on the hardwood for our Jets, but the future still looks pretty bright. Baseball season is off and running, though, so now that's where I get to turn the majority of my energy now, which is fun. And just need to get through spring break. That's this next week or two is finally a chance for me to relax a little bit on the broadcasting side.
Yeah.
But basketball, I'll tell you, you get to the end of February. And it is just exhausting. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, but it is exhausting.
It never fails that it always coincides with your life being crazy those final couple of weeks. Yeah. And I'm with you as well. And we're in the thick of this. I'm, meeting with the bosses yesterday. We're trying to figure out Big 12 tournament plans, trying to figure out, Shockers things, since they're very much in the mix to punch a ticket. We're talking about if we're going to have to buy 2 flights to the round of 64 if the Shockers can get it done. It's crazy times. State basketball week is the same week as conference tournament week for us, which is always just outlandishly crazy. We got lucky 2 years ago where they didn't coincide and they were a week off. It's all right, we're going all in on conference this week. And then next week, we're going to be back for state basketball and we'll be great and everything will be awesome. Or I think it was backwards. The other way. It was state and then it was conference week. This year is not the case. So we're going to be spread thin, but we're going to have a lot of basketball taking in over the week. But March is a good time of year. I'm excited. I made the point to Jacob earlier this week. I want to see what your camp in. I saw something of some one shining moment edits. I got excited, and then I got really sad because it's about to be over.
Yeah, it's kind of that weird, you're excited for it, but it goes so fast. That's always my issue with March Madness is how quickly the best part of it is over. That first weekend, you blink and it's done, and you're like, oh dang, got to look back at the highlights already. But those one shining moment videos, it's crazy all the things that you forget, because I've watched 3 or 4 over the last couple of days from different years. And you forget all the different storylines, or I forgot that St. Peter's even happened a few years ago. All those crazy
buckets. Yeah, it's the best, man. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Is another callback? Let's just keep calling back things throughout the week to Jackson and hitting him with pop quizzes. Is the round of 64 or the round of 32 better?
Oh, 64 for sure.
Yeah, I said 64. Jacob said 32, but 64 gets you the most upsets. 32's got some good games, but 64 is the best.
I think just the sheer volume of games in round 1 is what makes it the best, and you get all the weird, crazy upsets there most of the time. Now, last year was kind of a weird outlier there where there hardly wasn't
0 upsets, basically. Correct.
But I have to hope that that's not going to be the norm moving forward. At least I won't be rooting for that. But I think that the amount of games, like you're talking 11 a.m. till like 11 p.m. of needing multiple televisions set up to be able to see it all. Nothing better than that.
I know. And we're officially into conference tournament season. Big 12 kicked off yesterday on that glass court. We're going to talk about that at length today. I can't wait to get into that. That is fascinating to me about what they're doing up there in Kansas City. But it's the best, man. I always talk about that. My birthday's next week, and if you can just sit me on my birthday at a chain restaurant bar and turn on some Sunbelt basketball at 10 a.m. or something like that, like I'll be fine. That's heaven. That's a little slice of heaven right there. It's pretty good. I don't care what game is on. I'm going to turn it on today. Cats at 11 a.m. Against Texas Tech. It's actually a really good women's game if you want to tune in for that. But a lot of it to come. We're going to dig in some Trent McDuffie stuff coming up on the other side of this break about where they go from here. They've now got 2 picks in the first round. If you were tired of us breaking down at length what they were going to pick in the first round, now we have to do that double the time. It gets really interesting. You draft a quarterback now. You don't have Trent McDuffie anymore. Everybody's mocking them cornerback. Does it change how they're going to do? Are they going to trade them both and move up to get Jeremiah Love and drive us all insane? I don't know. We'll talk about it other side of the break here on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
Welcome back into Sports Daily here on KFH. Vegas, it's ready to rock, Jackson. We are giving you, but not you, Jackson, you the listener and a guest, the chance to win a trip to see Metallica. Life Burns Faster, coming to Sphere Las Vegas for select dates September 24th to October 24th. Get hooked up with travel for a 3-night hotel stay and a pair of tickets both nights, the opening weekend to the Sphere residency, thanks to Q Prime. All you have to do to enter is listen to us on the Odyssey app. Download the free app, create an account, favorite our station, KFH, listen for an hour to get your daily entry, and come back each day for another chance to win. For more info and to sign up for pre-sales, begin Tuesday, March 3rd. Head to Metallica.com. This is a national contest. Speaking of national headlines yesterday turned to Kansas City. So we got a trade just ahead of the new league year next week. Not official yet. It has to wait until the new league year to go through, but all signs indicate that Trent McDuffie will be going to the Los Angeles Rams. The haul that came back, Jackson, was the 29th pick in this upcoming draft from the Rams. They'll get a 5th-round pick and a 6th-round pick, and the next year they get a 3rd-round pick. To put that into some context, the Chiefs now have 9 picks in this upcoming draft next month. That's the most draft capital they've had since 2008, and it's the 4th most draft capital of anybody in the league. And it's wild to think about the Kansas City Chiefs having that, but that is not an insignificant thing. We'll talk at length about what they're going to do this offseason now with all that capital. For one, though, Jackson, did they win the trade or did they lose the trade? That's our job on a Thursday morning, to overreact.
I think you absolutely win the trade when you're talking about needing to create more draft capital to kind of restructure your roster a little bit and do it for a little cheaper maybe than, free agent signings, especially with the Chiefs cap situation. I mean, you get rid of an expensive piece and you turn that into what could be the future of your organization, going from 6 picks this year to 9 and then adding one for next season. I think this is a great move for the Chiefs to build for the future. Obviously, everybody wants them to be back in contention for Super Bowls this year, but you're building even further after this. I think this is a great long-term decision for the Chiefs.
It's interesting, and I understand why you do it. And to me, why I don't think we're shocked about it as much as it was some other major deal, like the Joe Tooney deal last year. That was a shocker to me. This one, it kind of isn't, just because the history that the Chiefs have with corners. What did I see? That they haven't paid a corner or a secondary player in their secondary since Eric Berry. They haven't given him a second contract or given the major extension. Like, they traded L'Jarius Sneed away. Trent McDuffie, has an argument. He might be one of the best cornerbacks in the league. and they're not going to pay him. Like, that's just what the Chiefs have done. They think they can hit in the draft, in the draft, I guess, at cornerback and fill that need. What's interesting, though, is this team that they have, like, after the season that just happened last year, is it the right idea to strip it down to the screws? I mean, it's not per se all the way down to the screws, but what they're going to have to do this offseason, like, they're going to have to go get a running back for sure. They're now going to have to go get a cornerback. These are just starting position. This isn't even depth. They're going to have to get a cornerback, a running back, because they don't have a starter at either of those positions. You think about if they're going to do some more, like they've talked about, like Drew Tranquil could be a cap hit they could get rid of. They got rid of Mike Dana. Like, those are positions they're going to have to do. It's interesting coming off of last year that they're going to take this approach into it, because this isn't a couple of years ago that they win the Super Bowl and they're like, all right, we're playing with house money. Let's see how cute we can get and try to do it again. They're in a desperate spot almost. Not as desperate as some teams, but it's a desperate spot in terms of the Kansas City Chiefs. What is trading Trent McDuffie away going to do to next season on the field?
I'm not really sure, because I feel as though, like, over the last couple of weeks of the season, McDuffie was out and injured, and you didn't see a huge dip in the Chiefs' secondary play. I mean, really the only glaring issue the last several weeks of the season for the Chiefs was how bad that offense was without Patrick Mahomes on the field. So does it really make that big of a difference to not have Trent McDuffie out there, especially if you can plug some of those holes you were mentioning with some of these draft picks and try to retool a little bit what you're working with? Because now you have the flexibility at 9 and 29 where you can maybe take that stab at, like, Jeremiah Love and get your starting running back, try to get that home run hitter high in the draft. And then you can go and try to use a late first round pick on a defensive piece, whether that's an edge rusher or a defensive back like this. I don't know, but it creates all these options. And when the Chiefs had only 6 picks and just that 9th pick in the first round, they were kind of pigeonholed into what they were going to be able to do, because they would only have, the opportunity really to trade back. Now they still have the ability to trade back and create more draft capital or create some other situations. Now they also have enough of a draft capital situation where they could get creative and move up in later rounds and do some different things. Like, the possibilities are now endless for the Chiefs. So I think this is a really interesting spot for them to be in. I just didn't see it coming the way it's happened. I don't know about you, but when I got that notification about the trade yesterday, I was basically shocked. I was like, oh, wow, I guess they really did do it.
Yeah.
But here we are.
It felt like I said, we're not shocked that it happened because it was the contract year, and this, is the kind of thing the Chiefs do. And, there is a shock factor when it happens. It's like, wow, they really did that. And then you dig in for like 3 minutes and you're like, oh, they've done this for literally everybody for the last 2 decades, basically, of football. I don't know. The thing that I keep coming back to is, like, this year is just so much different than other years. And not to say that Trent McDuffie was going to be the fix. And like you said, I want to mention this about when he's not on the field. Trent McDuffie, cornerback stats are cornerback stats. So you have to really dig into the sicko ones if you want to see how good of a cornerback somebody is. You kind of have to watch the film on that kind of thing. Like, I mean, he had like literal years of or like literal seasons without interceptions, right? And it was just, well, yeah, nobody's targeting him. He just doesn't get interceptions. We don't throw the ball at him. So we'll see how much of a difference it makes. The secondary, to me, outside of Trent McDuffie last year, it was questionable going into the season. They lost Justin Reed. They were really young. They had Brian Cook, Jaden Hicks, Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, who Jalen Watson might be a casualty as well as what I've seen of the cap. So there's a ginormous question mark there. Now, as we think about what they're going to do, maybe cornerback is needed. But again, let me get back to this. Why this one is so shocking to me and why this feels more significant than L'Jarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed felt crazy because he was like literally the best defensive player in football the year prior. It's like, that guy is amazing. And then they traded him away. This one feels wild to me, is that, like, you can make an argument Trent McDuffie is probably a top 5 player on this Chiefs team, maybe top 4 player on this Chiefs team. they're coming into a season where Patrick Mahomes is coming off of ACL surgery, may not be ready for week 1. Travis Kelce may retire. We don't know that. Trying to talk him into coming back, basically. That, probably stinks to be like, hey, you want to come back? We just traded our best defensive player away. That kind of thing. And off of the season that they had, I don't know. It's not, house money this year. Like, they're going to have to figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, and the other thing, like, does that you brought up the Travis Kelce situation? Does this impact?
I don't know.
Travis Kelce, does it? Because part of the decision for Travis Kelce was not only is he going to come play, but is he going to play for the Chiefs, and is he going to play for like less money? How much money is on the table there?
And nobody's even talked about that. Could you imagine if he'd signed a 1-year deal with Cleveland right off into the sunset?
I'm just saying it's not entirely unnecessary or unlikely, I should say, excuse me. But especially with the Chiefs cap situation, like, is it worth it for the Chiefs to bring Travis Kelce back for 1 year and create more cap issues? Does this make them have enough space to do something with Travis Kelce? I don't know. I'm not a salary cap wizard. I know it's technically a myth, but they'll figure it out.
It is a myth.
But I'm not smart enough to make this all work. But I'm curious how it does affect all those other decisions.
Yeah. I'd say the unlikeliness of Travis Kelce signing elsewhere, there's like a 99.9% chance that is not going to happen. Rick points out, this is the thing that, brings it back full circle, is that cornerback is a position, though, that this team is evaluated better than any other position, even in the late rounds. Jalen Watson was a 7th rounder. And that's the thing, is that, the Chiefs have very much leaned into, as we're talking about. There's a reason that they haven't paid these guys, and it's because they've, kind of drafted well. And if you draft well, then they're cheap. If you extend them, they're not cheap. And that's what they've kind of hung their hat on. And, the thing that about this one is that, like, man, Trent McDuffie is probably the best one that you've drafted here. Like, you traded away Tyreek Hill to get him. Like, is he the one you're going to extend? But also in the same breath, like, that whole core of guys is like, who all can you extend here? Because you're running out of guys you're running out of spots here, because that draft was so significant. That was the 2022 draft, correct? That was the one that had everybody in it. So it's interesting. It's really interesting stuff of what they're going to do. Before this, we'll get this, and then we'll dig in more in the next segment. Before the trade happened, Jackson, what did you think the Chiefs were going to do at 9?
I was thinking more of like the edge rusher situation, but it depended, I think, on what happened 1 through 8, obviously, because if Jeremiah Love is there at 9, I think the Chiefs take Jeremiah Love. But I don't think that's what
the thing is, because we've talked about this nauseum. Free agency happens first, so you're going to have to make your bet if you're the Chiefs, because if you don't get Jeremiah Love, you literally don't have a starting running back. Like, you'll have to take a starting running back at pick like 29, I guess now. Pick 29 or 40 and, pray that he's the guy. And I was screaming at Jacob about that yesterday, because I was like, that cannot be the option that you do. Like, that is literally unacceptable. You cannot run out pick 40 to be the starting running back on a year that Patrick Mahomes comes back from a torn ACL. And maybe I'll eat my words, and maybe they'll draft the next, Devon Achane, and he's going to be insane. But this isn't a deep running back class. So, excuse me, they're going to have to make their bed before the draft even starts. But now, I think that this changes a lot of things. Delane, I don't know how to say his last name. Mansour Delane from LSU, the cornerback on the board. Excuse me, I got a little bit of the Jackson man cold coming on there. Delane right now on the latest mock from ESPN, he's going 10, and he's the top-rated corner in this draft. So that now raises a big eyebrow, is that do the Chiefs need to go corner? Because that may have also fed into this of saying, like, we've got Trent McDuffie here. We could draft this guy who's the number 1 rookie corner who could be better than Trent McDuffie. Like, if you're drafting a corner at number 9, like, the possibilities are wild how good that guy could be. That may have gone into the decision of saying, like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to trade Trent McDuffie away to get whatever, $14 million off the books or whatever it ended up being. You know what costs $14 million? Kenneth Walker. We're going to go sign Kenneth Walker. Then we're going to go draft Delane at pick 9, get him for only $9 million. And then, we'll take an edge rusher at 29. We'll take a wide receiver at 40, and we'll be pretty good. I don't hate that at all.
I wouldn't hate that. I'm a big fan of Kenneth Walker. If the Chiefs managed to make that happen, I would go nuts because I think he's awesome. But I just don't see that particular circumstance happening after what a year he had with Seattle. I think if you're Seattle and you let Kenneth Walker walk,
he's already walking. They didn't tag him. He's a free agent.
But like they got to be able to work that out. He was, what was it, 180 some yards in the Super Bowl?
I know. It's wild to me, but it sounds like, by all accounts, like they're picking Charbonnet and saying, sorry, go ahead, man. We aren't paying you $14 million.
That's crazy.
It's
Especially
wild to me. I know. And he's going to get paid elsewhere. I think he could get over 15. The Chiefs are not going to do that. I think the Chiefs will probably throw you like, hey, 13-5, buddy. Like, if you want to come try to win a Super Bowl back-to-back years, we'll give you 13-5. Come play with Patrick Mahomes. So, I don't know. I think that it's so interesting of what they're going to do. There's some reporting yesterday about the Chiefs don't want to, get into the running back market for over $8 million. They'd like to stay around the $8 million range. I can't remember who reported this stuff. $8 million is cheaper than what you'd get Jeremiah Love at 9. Like, that is Rico Dowdle, maybe. Like,
yeah.
Is that good enough for the Kansas City Chiefs next year?
Well,
are they going to have to pony up?
I don't know. But here's my question is like, what exactly is good enough? Because last year, the Chiefs' run game was atrocious for the most part. And yet, like, that wasn't the main issue in the offense. So, like, are the Chiefs more interested in fixing that running game right now or fixing the play calling, the playbook, all that stuff? Like Andy Reid was talking about, he wants to retool things offensively. Like, is that where your focus is? Because I feel like in certain offenses, running back could be a dime a dozen. Like, you can plug someone and get the job done in certain situations.
And that to me, this is why that's so interesting, is because I think any other year of Andy Reid, that is true. Like, you go draft a 7th round Isaiah Pacheco and figure it out, buddy. Like, you're only going to get this rock about 12 times a game. Like, go nuts. Give us 2 yards a carry and we'll be fine. Like, we're not going to run the ball. Next year, it feels like they have to run the ball. Like, Patrick Mahomes, literally, I don't know if he'll be able to run out of the pocket. Like, if he does, you're going to hold your breath every single time. Like, he is going to be a pocket passer, at least for the first half of the season, if they're going to rush it back that fast. And again, it's Patrick Mahomes, and I'll eat my words about that because he's, come back from literally everything on earth, feels like. But if there was ever a season where they need to invest in running back, it's this one. They got Eric Bieniemy back, who just helped the Bears running game turn into something substantial. Like, they've got the momentum going towards this. They've got one of the best offensive lines in football, and it didn't work last year. All their RPOs didn't work. Like, all the things that happened didn't work. Like, the league is shifted. You can't really throw the ball 45 times a game like the Kansas City Chiefs like to do. And, maybe you can, but it didn't work last year. And the Chiefs are the only ones that try to do it as much as they did, it felt like. So it felt like a shift is coming. That's what we've been talking about all offseason, is that it feels like the running back position is something they're going to heavily invest into. But, if that's the case, is what I'm saying here, is that you can't go take your 3rd round running back and put, I don't even know who, DJ Giddens. I don't know, like, whoever that would be in this year's draft. Throw him in there and be like, all right, buddy. If they did, to Jacob's point that we made earlier, like last week or something of that nature, you're drafting that guy in fantasy, because that's about to be the greatest steal you're going to find in your fantasy draft.
Personally, I would love DJ Giddens.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Back in another life, I got to witness his senior season at Junction City High School. I think he had like 30-some touchdowns running all over the Centennial League.
Pretty good.
That's
didn't smile. Didn't smile one time either, I bet. I love DJ Giddens. DJ Giddens was the funniest interview after games. Just never gave any cares about anything in the world. The only time I think they ever got a chuckle out of him is that somebody asked him about what would you compare that game to in fishing terms. It's like, that was a big bass. Something of that nature. A lot of stuff to get into about this Kansas City Chiefs thing. It's interesting about where next season goes, about where they have to, what they look like now on the defensive side of the ball. We've talked about edge rushers so much. The defense, they were a very defensive-heavy team a couple of years ago. After the Tyreek Hill trade, they turned into that. I saw the post somewhere about, the Kansas City Chiefs really traded Tyreek Hill to go get Trent McDuffie just to trade Trent McDuffie to bring back Tyreek Hill. Time is a flat circle. Everybody's just going to come back to the Chiefs when they're old. Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. We're all going to play in that offense next year. Coming up, though, Big 12 basketball kicked off yesterday in Kansas City, and there's a lot of talk about the court. I want to talk about it at length today because I love this stuff. Glass court talk next on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Is on KFH.
Jackson, it is conference tournament week up in Kansas City. Not just the Big 12. MIAA is going down at Municipal. You're our MIAA insider. Can you fill us in? Was there anything crazy? I saw the Gorillas lost last night.
I don't think anything crazy yet. There've been some really tough games. I was watching that yesterday and kind of flipping back and forth between the Big 12 and the MIAA. So just enjoying the basketball capital of the world that is Kansas City for the next several weeks. Of course, as soon as MIAA Madness and the Big 12 vacate Kansas City, then you get the NAIA National Tournament back at Municipal Auditorium. There's nowhere better to be this time of year than Kansas City if you're liking college basketball. Just say that.
So. Speaking of NAIA national championships, they're coming to Wichita. I know yesterday they had some media day out at Heartland Credit Union Arena is what it's called now, not Hartman. Heartland Credit Union, not Hartman, Heartland. That was a discussion on the show we had. That's coming here. So visit Wichita, bringing some wrestling back to with the national championship wrestling back to Wichita once again. So if you're into that kind of thing, you can head out, watch some grappling, all of the sorts. Big 12 tournament, though. They made
real quick just on the NAIA Friends.
Go ahead.
Oh well, this is for basketball, but Friends is going to be hosting the first and second rounds of the men's and women's NAIA tournament at the Garvey Center, I believe.
Really?
I don't think the bracket's out just yet. It should be this weekend, but the Falcons will be at home.
The whole first and second rounds, or is it just like a regional?
Like they're little pods. There'll be a men's pod and a women's.
I see. I got what you mean. That's cool. Well, I may need to check that out. I appreciate some small college hoop. Anyways, Big 12 hoop kicked off yesterday. K-State big winners over Cincinnati in the early game. Our girl Terrence Sides, 20 points. She played very well. Love to see the Phillipsburg native play good. She made a bunch of threes in that game. She looked really good, actually. KU, they won by 21. They held UCF to just 35 points yesterday. These are both on the women's side, obviously. The men's kickoff next week. But everybody's talking about it because it was the debut of the glass court, the LED glass court. Jackson, put aside what we saw yesterday. Were you a fan of the idea?
Yes, I think it's really cool. I think that like the Big 12's thing, and Brett Yormark has never been shy about this, is being different and innovative and trying to attract attention in unique ways to the Big 12 conference. And I think this is a really cool way to do it. I think that I would love to see, like, obviously you watch a game on TV, you don't really get to see all of the fun stuff that happens between timeouts and while the game's not going on. But I want to get out there and check this thing out just because I think that it adds so much to the fan experience. Like I had seen, if there's a player shooting free throws, then on the other side of the court, it'll pop up with their free throw stats and like their percentages and all these different things that if you're watching on TV at home, you love to have those stats readily available and you can kind of get informed about the game that you're watching. And I think it just adds something really cool to the in-arena experience. Now, the weird part is, have you heard the reviews of the players, like after their first games on it, what they thought of it?
I've heard that all I've heard from the players in the Big 12 thus far was nothing crazy. They all said they didn't mind it. I've seen a lot of haters online talking about that they've been seeing some slippage.
The main takeaway that I have seen is that it's hot.
Really?
Because obviously
I could
it's a
see
big
that.
screen. So if you're touching it, your feet get a little bit warm and just
Yeah,
kind of
I
is
can definitely-
interesting.
I guess
But
hardwood is typically cold.
I guess I never would have even thought of this, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you've got billions and billions of LED pixels,
Lights.
put that all together, and I'm sure you're sweating already as a player. You're probably just feeling a little extra warmth as part of
you
that.
know what
But
you know what extra warmth typically does in gyms? It brings cramps.
Well, look away, Kansas fans.
I have no idea about the warmth of the court. Maybe you get a toe cramp or something. I guess I don't think that'll transfer that far. I don't know. We're not doctors. What the hell are we talking about?
The other interesting part is I've heard a lot of the interview from I think he's like the CEO or vice president of the company that puts these courts together, and how they're actually better for your body than hardwood.
I've seen there's more give. I know
science behind that, really, but I think that's interesting, especially for as unorthodox as it seems, because hardwood is obviously such the overwhelming common practice in basketball.
I've seen one thing that was interesting was a couple of KU reporters, I think they're student reporters I saw, where they're covering the women last night, and they said that it's very weird that you can hear shoes squeak, but the ball is almost silent when it dribbles. Like it's really weird to listen to a game on the court. Okay, court aside, if you're going to do it, whatever. No. Actually, no, not yet. I need to say this. My thoughts on it, and this is where people are kind of split on it, is that is it cool? Yeah, it's an awesome idea. I think it's awesome. It feels like it's a little too much for the Big 12. If you the whole point of doing this thing is saying we need to make it so people want to come to the games. Well, guess what? You run the best basketball league in the country. I don't think you need a gimmick to get people to come watch Iowa State. It's gonna be okay. This to me feels very, throw out a conference. I don't know what you want to say. It feels very Sun Belt, American Conference, WCC.
I don't know.
That would get you in the door to go watch the WCC tournament if you're in Vegas or whatever.
I don't know that it would, honestly. My thought was when I heard about this, oh wow, that's interesting. Wonder why. And then you kind of think about it, and it's well, Brett Yormark likes to be this trendy, I don't know. I guess he just wants to be the first to try all these weird things. And he's got a lot of unique ideas, and I'll give him credit for that. But the thing about unique ideas is that they're not all going to stick.
Yep.
My main issue is that the Big 12 is using this screen to put the court and make it look however they want, whatever.
Yeah.
And yet they chose the design that was last year.
That's what I was leading us into. Yeah. That's the part to me, and I knew it. I saw as soon as they put that, they were teasing it, and they were showing that court, and I'm like, oh boy, people aren't gonna like that. It's you've got a court that you can literally do anything in the world with, and we settled on that design. This is my thing, and again, what I just said, I'm not a fun hater, and I love cool things. So this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be there covering games, and I'm gonna be like a kid in a candy store, look at this. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. To me, though, that's the thing to me is that you can literally do anything you want. Why did we have to make it look like we're playing on asphalt? Can we just make the court look like a basketball court? That'd be a good start, and then go crazy from there.
My thing is you could literally make it look however you want. Why is it the same court for every game?
I'm really hoping I turn it on today at 11 a.m. and the second round is different than the first round. That's the only thing to me that can redeem this, and it gets better and better as they keep going. My perfect one, and I've seen people, I can't remember what it is, Flatland, something like that. It's like a Texas Tech account. They had some fun with this yesterday. I'll get on that in a second. I said that my coolest thing that they could have done is that whoever has the lead at the last media timeout gets to have their home court on the floor. So if K-State had a 20-point lead, we're playing in Bramwich the whole way, baby. So the Flatland Sports, I believe it's what it is, that Texas Tech account I'm talking about, made some Photoshops, and they're like, we could have so much more fun with this. They made it look like a normal basketball court. On one side, it is they made it like Arizona versus Texas Tech. On one side, it was navy blue lanes, Arizona on the baseline, and the other side was black with Texas Tech. Like in football, like when you have the different end zones. Like, why don't we just do this? If we can change it for literally every game, let's just do it this way. That'd be fun. And somebody said, no, you're not thinking big enough. We need to go bigger. And then they made a Photoshop of the left side was Arizona's entire court with the giant cactus, and the right side was Allen Fieldhouse with the giant Jayhawk beak sticking out of it. I'm like, that is awesome. Like, that is the coolest possible thing that it could be. And that's what it needs to be. Like, if you're going to tout out this glass court, that's my biggest problem about this. If you're going to do this and you're going to spend the $1 million at least that this thing has to cost, I have to imagine it's got that many zeros in it. Do something cool, man. Like you said, like, I need to go in person to see all this stuff. Guess what? The millions of people watching at home are just going to say, why are they playing on a parking lot? Why does it look like that? Yeah. Like, if you're going to do it, make it cool.
That be quirky, right? Like that's my thing. Like, if you're going to
lean into it, if you're going to have a glass court, let everybody in the country know that court is glass.
Yeah. Make it look weird. Make it like I saw in the demos, they had those like the media session where you could play and like literally draw on the iPad and things would pop up. Like, there should be a fan contest. Like, if you get picked like the first media timeout and you come sink 2 free throws, then for the next 5 minutes or whatever of game time, you get to sit courtside and draw on the little iPad, whatever you want the whole time. Like, make it fun, make it weird.
That'd be so. That'd be awesome. Like fan content. Like, they should do like votes on the jumbotron. It's like, what color do you want the court to be this 4-minute session? We're gonna figure it out. Like, everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's purple. We're playing on a purple court right now. Like, that's what it needs to be if you're gonna do this type of thing. I don't know. I'll say this to push back, devil's advocate, is I've said this last year and 2 years ago, because I've had the court for 2 years. Right? Have they had the 2 years or 1 year? I can't remember. The XII. I was there last year. Like, I think the court is cool. I think that the 12 designs all over the court are cool. I just don't like that it's gray. Like, can we just make the court look like wood? That was my biggest takeaway from last year. Like, just make it, because I love the little, this is really deep in the weeds, but I love like aesthetic sports things like this. Like, just make it like the tricolor, where we have like the light colored outside, then we have like the dark underneath the aprons, like, and then just put the 12s everywhere there and make it look like a basketball court. Put some color on your Big 12 logo at half court. Like, I don't want to look like we're playing in a Costco parking lot. That's what it looks like. It's dark gray and black.
Yeah, like, I don't know. This to me goes back to Brett Yormark trying to be trendy and weird, right? Like, trying to get people's attention. And I think he genuinely believes like the no PR is bad PR kind of thing. Like, if it's ugly, good, people will talk about it. I think that is Brett Yormark's thoughts. My thing is, like, I would really rather it look pleasing rather than like give me headaches. Because sometimes you look at that gray XII and like they're panning across.
I know on TV. It's better this year than it was last year. I don't know what they did, but last year it was nauseating to watch the games.
Yeah, and I'm glad that seems to be at least a little better, maybe with this court. Yeah. But I did see before we change topics here. I saw a couple of posts courtside. Somebody said that you can't drink beer if you have courtside seats because you can't spill it on there. 2, I saw one that there was like a little panel of, where your TV starts to shoot crap. You see like the random color bar. There was one of those yesterday. Apparently they had to fix. And then on the baseline in the KU game where it said the All-State ad, it just went out. The entire square went away and they couldn't get it fixed. And so it's like, what if that happens on the court? Like, there's going to be a 20-minute delay to tear up the court and put a new panel down. Like, that to me, if that happens literally one time,
they can't do this again.
Yeah.
But they're confident that's not going to happen, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Crazy. We got more Sports Daily. Another hour coming up.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Welcome back in to Sports Daily here on KFH. You heard the open. You know what you're listening to. It is Sports Daily. This March, the madness just isn't on the court. Glass court or wood court, whatever one you want to prefer. It's taken over downtown Wichita. Join KFH for Hoops for Heroes, the 9th Floor Club in venue on March 20th. From midday madness buffet lunches to evening madness in the Cloud9 Cigar Lounge. It's the ultimate tournament watch party. Enter the Ultimate Bracket Challenge. 100% of bracket proceeds benefit Can Vets United, supporting our local heroes. Get tickets and brackets and learn how you can be a member for a day at 9thfloorwichita.com, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. Jackson, are you a cigar guy?
Not really. I've done it a couple of times, but it's been a very, very long time since I did that. But
yeah,
I don't know. I could be convinced. I'm not.
I really only get down with cigars when I'm on a golf course because it makes me feel like I'm Michael Jordan when I'm out there. But I can puff them on them a little bit. They're not bad. They're not bad. Jackson, I know that you are an avid listener to Sports Daily on your commute down to beautiful Hayesville in the mornings. Are you aware of the new segment at this time of the day?
I am.
The headlines that Jacob probably missed. Max, play the intro.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Jacob probably didn't see these because Jacob is not with us, so he probably didn't see any of these. So let's just keep going. I don't have a ton for you, Jackson, but I'm going to give you what I can. Maybe most notably, Kyler Murray. We talked yesterday about him, his expected release. Have you seen that the Athletics GM has chimed in? Because he got drafted by the A's the year he got drafted by the Cardinals. The A's GM acknowledged it, saying that he and his baseball representatives know that we are always open to him exploring a return to baseball with the A's if that time ever comes. Do you think that will ever happen?
No, but I would be here for it.
It would be pretty fun.
I think that would be awesome.
I think that would be really cool because, I mean, he's not going to be a starter next year, I don't think. Do you? Or will he be?
Really depends on where, but he's obviously not starting in Arizona. So we'll see. But
that would be awesome.
The other thing with like when he was coming out of Oklahoma and like having to decide between baseball and football, I can't help but feel like he made the wrong decision because you see some of these contract sizes in the MLB.
I know, man. If you can get that contract, if you can make it up to the big leagues, play good enough to get through arbitration, you will be a billionaire. Yeah. That's all you got to do is just, play 10 years of really good, meaningful baseball. Then you'll be set for the rest of your life.
Easy.
To get there, though, you have to, play in the minor leagues for 2 to 3 years. I guess he was like a top 10 pick. He would have been fine. He'd have gotten up there. Other headline. I don't have a ton, Jackson. I'm really letting you down here. I apologize. I don't even know if there's any actual national headlines that I've seen here. Myles Garrett got a speeding ticket. You into that kind of thing? Stephon Diggs getting released from the Patriots. Sad news. Lou Holtz died. That one really sucks.
Yeah,
Lou Holtz guy.
I knew it was coming. He had been.
He was in hospice, I believe.
Struggling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. Sad. I was not of the kid. I know Jacob was a big Lou Holtz guy because he was like a Notre Dame as a kid. I was a little bit of the analyst. Lou Holtz is what I caught there, but obviously a big name there in college football. We're sad to see Lou Holtz go as of yesterday. This one's a silly one I got for you. This is one for you. A federal judge has denied 1587 sneakers proposed emergency request to temporarily shut down 1587 Prime per KNBC. This is from Farzan, a Chiefs reporter here on the X machine. The emergency request also asked for 1587 Prime to be blocked from selling or promoting any products using 1587 or 1587 Prime. To be clear, the case is still ongoing, but the request was rejected. The shoe company wanted to shut down Pat and Trav's Steakhouse.
That's interesting. I had no idea there was a 1587 shoe company.
I would guarantee that Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce said that as well. They were very small, but they said that it was something along the lines like 1587 was a significant year for like Asian immigrants, I believe, and that's why they named their shoe company that. And they said it was stolen valor to just put your football numbers on a restaurant and call it at 1587. That's crap.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to hold up very well.
The federal judge says, well, it is not holding up in court. I don't know if you're aware of Matt Brown, the extra points guy. Does a bunch of open record requests for his reporting for some college sports. He's got some good stuff. I need to dig deeper into this one, but this is just what he just posted about 30 minutes ago. He filed a FOIA to see what schools Miami of Ohio tried to schedule this year, as they have one of the worst strength of schedules in the entire country. This list that he has, just at the surface level, Pitt, BYU, Ohio State, KU, and more. They all said no.
Yeah, so it's not their fault, right? If they're trying to schedule better
I know.
teams.
There's been a lot of stuff that's come out over the last 24 hours, honestly. I don't really know why this has become such a trend, but a lot of people are finding open records requests because you can find all these, requests in, I don't even know, there's like a scheduler, I guess. I didn't know how all this worked, but athletic directors or coaches can reach out via this forum and say, like, hey, we need an opponent for this game. And I know, like, Oklahoma State was one that I saw, and it's like, we need one for our home opener. You have to be 250 plus in the net. So basically, you need to be one of the 100 worst teams in the country, and we will schedule you and we'll pay you to come here. To me, this all goes back to this. This is good. We'll jump off on this because I didn't have very many headlines. This goes back to me whenever K-State played Wichita State 2 years ago. When they came here, Wichita State beat them by 20. And it was the last game of their series when they played each other. And somebody asked Jerome Tang, is this something that you want to continue, this in-state rivalry type of thing? And he said, it doesn't do us any good to schedule teams like Wichita State. And it's a trend everywhere. Like, teams like Wichita State are in purgatory to try to play Power 5 opponents because nobody wants to schedule you because they might beat you.
It's a really tough spot to be in, but that's what makes the tournaments that they play so important. Like this year, you go down to the Bahamas, and 3 pretty solid opponents. That's like the best opportunities you get right now for Wichita
It is.
State.
It's more so the conversation becomes like, is that soft? Is that soft? Like KU doesn't do it. KU plays literally everybody. KU played UConn, North Carolina, NC State, Mizzou. Like, they don't do it. They don't care. And Bill Self knows, and he said out loud, like, what is a loss going to do for us in November? We play in the Big 12. Just win 4 more games and you'll be in the tournament. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And other people, and to be fair, K-State's historically more on the bubble than KU's ever been. And so for them, they kind of need to think about that thing because a record, at the end of the day, records are going to matter, of what nobody looks at your strength of schedule if you got 15 losses, unless you're Auburn, I guess. Yeah. But that's a whole other tangent. Bruce Pearl's getting crucified on social media right now. Oh, yeah, that's a headline. We'll get into that one. But is that soft? What do you think? Because if you win the games, it's not going to hurt your resume. Like, it might help your resume. If Wichita State ends up, like if K-State played Wichita, that's not a good example. K-State's not going to make the tournament. If TCU, UCF, one of those teams, like, they're in, but like a win over Wichita State, that's a top 100 Ken Palm win. That wouldn't hurt you by any means, right?
Yeah. I'd agree. And like, I'm not a basketball coach by any means, but I would rather try to win games against better opponents than go play Mississippi Valley State.
It's so wild to me is that, like, in this era now where it's pay to play and rev share's a thing and ticket sales can pay your players, wouldn't it make the most sense to schedule the good teams to get more people in the stands? Because you're not going to sell out against Mississippi Valley State. And again, I understand sometimes you just need to get a win on your schedule. And that's what happens whenever these kind of things arise. But like, at the end of the day, and now it's a trend as well. Like, Division II schools are playing regular season game. Like, Wichita State played Mount Marty in a game that was a regular season game. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why that is trending. That it's not good. Like, it's not good for college basketball. Like, play each other. Like, there's 365 of you guys. Like, play Division I teams. I don't know. It's a wild rabbit hole. Like, bubble chasing it's what's ruining college football for sure, because now it's, the Ohio State, versus Texas, where Texas is like, you can't penalize us for losing to Ohio State. It's like, nope, but we can for losing to Florida, buddy. Like, and it's like, well, we just won't schedule Ohio State anymore because that's an extra loss. It's like, well, guess you could have won the game. Like, that would have helped too. Like, play the games against each other. and there's no rules, so you can do whatever you want, and people will keep doing this till the end of time. But that's my tangent in the morning. Play the basketball games against other Division I schools and play meaningful games. It might actually make you better.
I agree. As much as I think it is neat when you get a small school like Mount Marty a chance to play a Division I opponent, how
an exhibition.
It's a once in a lifetime experience for those kids. But I definitely see the point, because if you're
I don't even think it actually counts as a game. I don't think it actually, because this happened against Friends back-to-back years. Wichita State played Friends, and it counted as an actual game for Wichita State, and it's an exhibition for Friends. Like that's the the pinnacle of this, is that like these games are so silly they don't even count for the small school. They're just doing it because it's like, oh yeah, sure, you're gonna write us a check. Hell yeah, it doesn't hurt our record. Let's go lose by 60.
Wild. It's wild stuff.
Jackson, back in. You weren't even with us for the month of February, were you? This is your first show in like a month.
It's been a while.
We've missed a lot of college hoops talk. Let's dig into some Jayhawks and some Wildcats. We haven't talked to Jackson since Jerome Tang was still employed. We'll dig into some things next hour here on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite, or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, Tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Is on KFH.
Welcome back in here to Sports Daily. It's college basketball season. We've talked about the glass court. We've talked about what's upcoming next week for conference tournaments time. For the men, KU is currently teetering on the 4-3 line of the tournament. I think that they've secured the double bye, so they're going to either be the 4 or the 3, which Jackson either means they played 11:30 a.m. or 8:30 p.m., which stresses me out beyond belief, as you can imagine. KU's interesting. Jackson, Tuesday night, they looked stinking bad. They looked good for about 10 minutes in that second half, and it happened. They were able to come back for a while, but it didn't happen. They've lost 4 of their last 6 in late February and March. Are you stressed?
No, I don't think I have any reasons to stress. Like, KU, to me, is still a very solid team. And while there are some red flags about how they play, like, I just expect this team to really kind of hit the stride at the right time. And you get one more game to get right against K-State on Saturday, and then you head into Kansas City. You win one game there, then you'll probably play Arizona. That's house money. You lose, it's whatever. And you get to focus in on the actual tournament. So I think that KU's in this spot where they just got to go work on some things. If they win games, great. If they don't, oh well. And they just put all their eggs into the tournament basket and try and figure out how this machine can go if your star player is going to play a whole bunch or if he's going to continue to play the will they, won't they.
That's he's played more. The question is, this is the interesting thing, and we've asked this like 4 times this week, is that the question isn't, are they better without Darren Peterson? Because the answer is no. Darren Peterson is one of the best players in college basketball. Like, it's insane to think that you'd be better if he's not on your team. The question is, though, have they played better with him or without him? And they've played better without him. They don't have a marquee win with Darren Peterson for a full game, at least. They had a BYU. You can make the case that they looked awesome for 20 minutes. They looked awesome for 15 minutes against Oklahoma State. But every other time that he's played, they haven't been to the full capacity that we've seen KU basketball. Not to say that they can't get there. And that's what Bill Self has talked about all conference season long. So can they get there is the question. The runway is literally one more game and then a conference tournament.
I think they can. I think we're in a similar position to a couple of years ago when Remy Martin just all of a sudden turned a corner. You get to Kansas City, and for whatever reason, that postseason, like, gravity, like knowing, okay, from here on out, this is it, helps to elevate a guy, helps to elevate everyone around him. And I would expect something similar. Like, Darren Peterson has undoubtedly heard all the talk about how he's, no good, then he can't play a full game and he's mentally weak and this, that, and the other. Well, he's going to go and put himself on the greatest stage in sports with a chance to erase all of that. Like if he goes out and he busts his butt for 4 or 5 games and KU makes a run to the second weekend, like the narrative on Darren Peterson will change entirely.
It's right. Bill Self said 2 weeks ago is the only person that can change the narrative is Darren Peterson. The Remy Martin thing is interesting because Remy Martin, he wasn't the level of player that Darren Peterson was. Remy Martin was great. Darren Peterson's awesome. What I'm saying though is that the biggest part of this right now is that when Darren Peterson's on the court, I'm not sure there's been a game. Let me look this up actually while I'm talking about it. I don't want to misspeak, but he commands so much gravity, both from the defense, but also for KU's offense. Like what they do when he's on the court. Okay, let's look. Every game that he's played more than 30 minutes in, let's look. 18 shots, 21 shots, 14 shots, 17 shots. Only 12 against Utah, 14 against Texas Tech, 15 against Colorado, 17 against West Virginia, 18 against TCU, so on and so forth. That's all the conference season there. So when he's on the court, everything basically goes through Darren Peterson. And you can see it whenever they play. Like that's what they do is they get him the ball and he's the first option and then they figure it out from there. So it's different than Remy Martin, who was your sixth man, who came in, helped keep the status quo and hit some big time shots. Like, do they need to reinvent themselves to make this work? Or can they just keep trying and just pray that it works and that he just gets hot for, 6 games in a row?
I wouldn't reinvent yourself at this point in the year. Like this is who Kansas is. It's just asking for more from really everyone on the floor, but specifically Darren Peterson. Like you've had 28, 29 games now, right? To figure out who you are with or without him. There's no way you can reinvent yourself in that time span now to make it work for the better. It's just a position that you're in now where it literally all comes down to, can Darren elevate himself to the level that's needed, and can he elevate those around him? And to his credit, he was a much better facilitator the other night.
He was.
Despite the loss, helping the offense move forward together. It wasn't him just going to get buckets for himself.
I agree.
And that's a huge point for Kansas. Like if you can have your best scorer also create more for those around him, you're going to be a better basketball team. And that to me is the most important factors.
That's why I feel like this is so interesting, is that you're right. It's March 5th. Like you literally have no time if you want to make drastic changes. But KU is such an interesting conversation because they have played games without him and they play differently when he's not on the court. Like it's not like Melvin Council says, all right, guys, I'm taking 20 tonight. I'm going to play the Darren Peterson role. It's not like, whenever your star, whenever Puka Nacua goes down and Tutu Atwell scores 47 fantasy points. That's a deep cut. Remember the Tutu Atwell year? That's not what's happening here. Like they play differently. Like they play through their big men whenever he's not on the court. And then it kind of just works out from there. And that's what I'm saying is that something to where it's not need to be where KU learns to play with Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson needs to learn to play with KU. And that's the way that I've put it throughout all this stuff. And to your point, I think that Tuesday night, it was starting to get there. I think that he had 10 rebounds. He was facilitating the ball pretty well. Like maybe they need point guard Darren Peterson out there rather than go make all the shots Darren Peterson. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and I think the thing that makes Darren Peterson so dangerous is that he could go fill multiple roles. Like, given your opponent, he can go be Darren makes all the shots Peterson, and then the next game he could go be facilitator Darren. Like, what does the game dictate of him? Like, what does Kansas need on each given matchup, and can he step up to that challenge regardless of who they're playing? Because if he can answer that bell, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, it's interesting where they are because we've talked about that runway is over. They've got one more regular season game, and it is the Sunflower Showdown against Driscoll's Pistols and the K-State Wildcats. Jackson, you're a K-State guy that grew up in Lawrence, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is always probably a conundrum for you, but you're on the right side of history. You like both of them. You can be an adult about it. This we talked about this yesterday. For K-State fans, if they beat KU, like, is it frustrating more than exciting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yes. Mostly because like you'd be sitting there wondering where the heck has this been all season, especially after getting blasted in the last 8 minutes of the game in Bramlage against KU. Like K-State was in that game for the vast majority of it against KU the first time. And then I forget, it was like a 20-4 run or something crazy that saw KU go win it by like 24, 25 points, blow the doors off K-State in the end.
Mm-hmm.
If you can go into Allen Fieldhouse of all places on senior day and win, like what are you left with there?
It feels insane to even say out loud. And for that reason, something's going to happen, and we're going to sit here and look like idiots on Sports Talk Radio because that's how all this stuff always works. But it feels literally insane that it will even be a single digit game. I remember the past few years. I mean, we've seen it get up to like 30 in this game. It's K-State might be walking into it can go one of two ways. And the reason that we're saying this is that like KU is struggling. They've lost 4 of their last 6. They looked like poop town against Arizona State on Tuesday. And K-State found a way to win without PJ Haggerty against a West Virginia team that's trying to make the tournament. Like momentum is shifting towards Saturday. And you can make the argument that this, blah, 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 blah. You can also make the argument that KU is playing like crap and they're going to come out with their butts on fire and beat K-State by about 45 points wearing red jerseys on Saturday afternoon. So, to each their own in that one. Interesting stuff going on with K-State over there. Jackson, we haven't talked to you since the Tang gang, or I guess not Tang gang, the gang's still there, just no Tang, got ran out of town. Now all signs are pointing to who will the next coach be. For you, what would you prefer? Would you prefer the mid-major guy getting the call up? I feel like that is going to be your answer.
I think it kind of depends. I would lean yes there. But as the resident MIAA guy, I would also
you want Brett Ballard.
Brett Ballard would be somewhere that you could not go wrong.
That would be.
You don't have to look any further than like Ben McCollum and Northwest Missouri State to Drake to Iowa. Like he has built something in the last 3 years that is a roadmap essentially.
That is
for D2 coaches to go be successful at Power 5 institutions. And I don't think it's likely that Brett Ballard gets the call from Kansas State, but I would not be against it just because of my personal biases. Like I've seen
there needs to be the middleman for that one. I cannot if a Big 12 program hires a Division II coach, like that will be the headlines would be unreal of what would happen about that. Like just by precedent.
There would be a large portion of fans that have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Correct. That would hate that. Yep. And I get it. You hire a Division II coach, you're going to sit there and think we really couldn't get anybody better than this. But like personally, I have seen what he has created in Topeka, Kansas, and it is unbelievable what he has done there. But I think that if you're being realistic, Josh Schertz is probably the lead candidate because that's like mid-major, Midwestern success. I think you can create excitement from him because they've won. They'll probably make the NCAA tournament again this year. Like I think you'll have all of the recipe to get people on board with hiring a guy like that. But the problem is that he's in high demand, and it's really his choice. Like, does he want to come to take over the dumpster fire in Manhattan, or does he want to go to a better situation that might be a little easier when he first lands?
It's true. It feels like K-State, and this was interesting. I believe it was last week's College Game Day that whenever they're in Florida, that Thamel was talking about that. Like at this time last year, I mean, there was like 6 openings already. Like K-State is the only one on March 5th. Like, and I don't know who's all trending that. Like, if you're going to do it, you're in the spot now where, K-State, we talked about that. Is like, did they jump the gun too early? And obviously their for cause thing, they had to do it back then. And so on and so forth. We're not going to get the legalities again, but that's the reason they did that. If you're another team that wants to fire your coach, like, you're in the spot now where you should do it, in the next week, you're going to get into conference play. Let them finish conference play. But like, there needs to be like, hey, like Bobby Hurley, like if this is it, like we're going to see it in the next week, basically. Like
actually
next 4 days, probably.
I actually made a joke about that the other night because one of my very good friends is an Arizona State grad, and he is and has been of the fire Bobby Hurley camp for quite a while. And I was just kind of like, hey, man, he saved his job. Like, they're moving in the right direction.
Bobby Hurley is the Jayhawk. Maybe K-State should hire Bobby Hurley because that dude beats the Jayhawks. It is unreal. 0-5 in Tempe. That is unbelievable. How is that even possible? They've never won a game in Tempe, Arizona.
Mind-bending.
Anyways, they probably have won a game at Tempe. I guess maybe not Tempe. Probably in Phoenix, Arizona, not Tempe, Arizona. Yeah, it's mind-bending for sure. It's going to come in the next few days. So we'll see what it's going to be. But like right now, like kudos to K-State, I guess, for leading the carousel because they're going to be, one of single-digit teams that are going to be hiring, it seems. Like last year, there ended up being like 15. Like this is going to be a relatively calm carousel. And again, I'm going to say that and put the hex out there, and the entire SEC is going to go fire their coaching staffs. So maybe not. But as it stands, K-State will have the momentum to do some good things. Is that good for them? Is this a good carousel year? Only time will tell on that. But it sure seems like, Schertz, Calhoun, what's his name? Casey Alexander are all the names of the mid-majors that I've seen floating around. The retreads this year aren't as interesting, I feel like, as the mid-majors. And it feels like mid-major is the trend that everybody wants to do, is to hire upward. So I'm kind of with you. And that's a big deal that, they could be not the big fish, but at least a big fish. Like that's a better job than Arizona State. That's a better job than, a lot of bad SEC and Big Ten teams.
Your point with the retreads not having the same pull maybe this year, it's kind of the same with really every coach. Because I feel like every year you have your hot board. These coaches are the ones to keep an eye on. And this year it feels lighter than it's been.
Exactly.
So maybe that's a good thing for K-State because, if there's less to choose from, now having less competition is also a good thing. But at the same time, there's just not a lot of hires that K-State could make right now that I would be like, oh, man, that's it. You nailed it. You win this situation. I just don't see that right now, whereas in years past, there's always a hire or two where you're like, that's a home run. Like Todd Golden at Florida a couple years ago, coming from San Francisco.
The Dons.
Perfect fit. He's already won a national championship. Now he's probably going to be pushing for another one this year. There's home runs to be had, but will you be excited about any of these? We could look back in 5 years and be like, hey, I wasn't excited about this hire when they made it, but clearly it worked out. Or are you going to walk into it being pumped up and like Jerome Tang? To me, they hired Jerome Tang, and I was over the moon. I was like, this guy's the guy. He's charismatic.
He was for a year.
And it worked out for a bit, and then it just fizzled faster than you could ever even imagine. So who knows?
It's true. Speaking of the carousel, something that could really set it off is there's been a lot of chatter on the old X machine, and there always is chatter this time of year about this, but is this Bill Self's last run? We've seen the health issues and everything like that. A lot of people are, putting out the sappy posts, thinking about if this is it, Bill. But again, it's fans just being fans. Nobody has any idea except for Bill Self and his family of what he wants to do. If that happened, then that would set everything off like a powder cake. Because guess what? KU's stealing your head coach, Arizona. Arizona stealing your head coach, blank. Blank is stealing your head coach, St. Louis. St. Louis is stealing your, and then it just gets, and that's all it takes is one of those. Musselman goes there, Calipari goes there, Mark Pope goes there. That's all it takes for all this to get set off. Yep. So it's very interesting stuff. We actually have a win to talk about with Tim Fitzgerald coming up on this other break. I didn't even mention that Fitz is joining the show. Sorry for the lack of tease, but Fitz needs no introduction in and of himself. So we'll get Tim Fitzgerald here, K-State publisher, Go Power Cat publisher, on the other side of the break. We'll talk a little Cats.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
This is Sports Daily on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
It is another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH, and it is Tim Fitzgerald joining TJ Cleveland and Jackson Schneider on a Thursday morning. Fitz, how are you?
Two of my favorite guys in the world. Hello, boys.
That's right. Back-to-back weeks, you've ducked Jacob Albrock. Those are two good weeks.
Yeah, I haven't been sports betting, which is a mistake on my part, because luck is in my favor.
That is correct.
We're making a talk show history today. I just had a catheter removed, and I'm still doing the show.
Look at you. You and Paul Mills both joining the show, both on days that Jackson Schneider was in as well, of post-procedure Sports Daily hits.
I still can't get over that, man. He was talking to us from the doctor's office.
I don't know if you know that story, Fitz.
That's
Paul
awesome.
Mills. Paul Mills on a Monday morning always joins us. He joined us literally about 12 hours after getting a stent inserted into his heart. He said, I can't turn my camera on. I'm in a waiting room of a doctor's office. We're like, oh, okay. Turns out that he was literally on an operating bed. Yeah.
Well, now you made me feel like a wimp.
Yeah, you are. Don't
I
worry.
just had a party trick pulled out of my penis. He had stents put in his heart.
Some people call that. Anyways,
Okay.
Fitz, I want to start here. Big 12 tournament week is in action. The Lady Cats, big winners last night, but the talk of the town and the country is the glass court. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Look, I didn't watch anything yesterday. I was swamped all day. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't know how much you get to really use it. It's not like you can change it during the game, like while they're playing. I don't know. I think it's a really cool thing. It's a very Brett Yormark thing.
Yeah.
It's first. Doesn't mean it's better. It's just nobody's done it before.
That's exactly what I was telling TJ earlier. It seems like that's Brett Yormark's thing. Like, as long as he's the first to do something, that's where he's happy, living in that kind of realm. But TJ made the point that this seems like the sort of weird, quirky thing that a mid-major conference would do. Like, you wouldn't think that the best conference in college basketball would need this to get attention.
And here we are. I think you're right. I think that's a great point. They built this up. I thought it was going to be something like that would change the conference forever. It's a fancy floor. So yeah, it's all good.
The best part about it, Fitz, is that they built it up like they did. Then it's like it's a fancy floor, and then you got people to be like, "Well, that's actually that's not that bad. That's pretty cool." And then you put the same design on the court that you've had like the last 2 years, and they didn't change anything else. Fitz, I need your input here. We're each throwing out takes of what the coolest thing that they could do on the court is. We've come up with the team in the lead gets their home court projected onto the floor. The fans get to choose at every media timeout what color the court becomes. We've seen each side of the court decorated like the team's home court, like in bowl games where you have separate end zones. What would Tim Fitzgerald like the court to do?
I'd like the court. This is going to be crazy. I'd like the court to look like a basketball court.
Maybe put wood down?
That's it. That's the entire plan.
That's crazy. Wow. You are a crazy man.
Cutting edge.
Maybe they could be the first conference to take out the glass court and put wood back down. Fitz, let's talk about the actual basketball. We have a win to report on. K-State gets it done against a West Virginia team that was kind of fighting on a bubble a little bit. That's not insignificant, and they did it without PJ Haggerty. What's going on with these guys?
Yeah, that was weird. I think they struggled the first half without PJ Haggerty, trying to find what they're going to do offensively. But what the difference in this game was, they matched West Virginia's defense. This is a team that has not played good defense, particularly at any point in the year. And the coach that was brought in to help with the offense has apparently got them locked in on defense a little bit better, which is something right there. But then they got that offense going in that second half. Did they have a lapse at the end? Yeah. Was it pretty? No, but they won. And they, as you mentioned, they won against a team that really needed the victory. So I think that was notable, locked up that 15 seed for Kansas State. I'm telling you what.
That's right. Cancel the parade. Cancel the parade in Aggieville.
Oh, my gosh. I know. So, yeah, I think they went into attack mode without PJ. PJ just takes control of the offense and quite often just takes control of the ball. And I think they just started attacking the rim. I thought some guys played at a higher level than they have. Kamari McGriff in particular, I thought he was outstanding. So, yeah, it's interesting, and I'll be fascinated to see if he's back on Saturday. I don't think, no matter who's playing or not, it's going to make a difference against Kansas. I'm going to predict a KU win on Saturday. I'm out there. I'm about to put it out.
You're a brave man for that take, first and foremost. But I'm curious, like, a lot of times you see like the quote unquote fired coach bump where teams start playing a little bit more loose and free and seems to elevate their play for one reason or the other. But is that what we're dealing with for K-State here? Because although, you get the win against West Virginia, that's really all they've had to speak of outside of the Baylor win too. But like, does it feel to you like they're getting better, or does it really not matter if they're improving at this point?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, Matthew Driscoll isn't going to be the next coach, and that happens once in a while. We saw it happen at Texas with Rodney Terry, but I think
Wichita State.
Yeah, it's true, and it's this team just hasn't come together, and there is some talent here, but again, they recruited parts and pieces, not a team. And I think Coach Driscoll's probably done a better job of player rotations, and also I think he's reached them a little bit. I think there's been a better clarity within the game about what he wants accomplished, and I think they've responded to that. It's just been interesting. I don't really sense a win one for Coach Tang attitude here, even though they love Coach Tang. Don't get me wrong. I think they're just playing for themselves, which is interesting that ends up being their motivation, because the guys that do have eligibility left are going to be looking for a new home, and they don't want their last bits of film to be them lollygagging around the court.
It's very interesting. It's kind of the tip of the iceberg for where college athletics is. Play for yourself, boys. Let's do some good film. Get in this portal.
Exactly.
And nobody's blaming them. They don't have a coach there. Everybody's going to leave, basically. It feels like. Fitz coming up next, as you said, Sunflower Showdown. We don't know anything about this KU team. Neither does anybody else in the country. What's your scouting report on the Jayhawks?
Well, they're going to play K-State, so they'll be really good. And they're in Allen Fieldhouse, and they're going to be really good. And then they're probably pissed off about the previous game, so they're going to be really good. My sense is they're going to be really good. That's my analysis right there.
That makes sense. I brought it up, Fitz. It feels like you can make the conversation of saying, like, man, K-State got hot. They won a game without PJ Haggerty. They looked really good in that game. They're going into a KU team that's lost 4 of their last 6. In the same breath, KU's lost 4 of their last 6, and they're pissed off, and they might beat K-State by 100.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to play that well to beat them by 100. They'd just have to be pretty good. Remember last time they beat K-State by 20 plus on its home court without that certain player that comes and goes once in a while.
Yeah. We talked a lot about that and whether or not it makes a difference, but I just don't see that mattering. Like you said with K-State, whether or not PJ plays on Saturday, I think the same goes for KU. Whether Darren Peterson plays 10 minutes or 35 minutes, I don't know that it matters in this one. But if you're looking at building for the future, obviously the new head coach isn't here yet. Most of these guys are going to leave. Are there pieces on this team that you would want to retain?
Yeah, I think you need a few guys. I think everyone looks at the high school recruits, all 2 of them, and Taj Manning and David Castillo. We're hearing the Oklahoma schools are rightfully coming after Castillo with NIL money because he's an Oklahoma kid. But I think Taj Manning will be around. He's stuck around. He loves Kansas State. He's kind of a throwback. He picked a school because he loves it, And yeah, he didn't play a whole lot his first few years, but he wasn't, going to switch. He wasn't changing, and I don't think that changes unless the coach tells him to. And he might even just stop playing and finish up at K-State. That's how much he loves Kansas State. So I see him sticking around, but in this current atmosphere and what Kansas State's been through, I think the new coach probably will want to just wipe the slate clean and start with a brand new plan.
Fitz, I'll leave you with this question here. As where it stands of what's left on the regular season schedule, which is one game and then a conference tournament, what is the win total going forward for K-State? Point. I'll give you a half. Over, under.
Under.
They can't win a game in Kansas City.
I don't think so.
Against Cincinnati. Is it Cincinnati? It looks like.
Supposed to be BYU, I think.
Oh, BYU. Yeah. That's right.
Both teams are way better.
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of made fun of the volatility of the Big 12 this year, but I think, if you've got Cincinnati and BYU playing the first day, that means you run 10 deep. And I think this conference has been really good. I don't see a good matchup for K-State. Cincinnati's playing really good basketball. And BYU is, fighting for seeding at this point. They need every win possible. They have slipped dramatically since the Saunders injury.
I think that if K-State beats both the number 1 and number 2 pick in next year's draft, that means that Doreen Buka gets to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
I'm in on that. Yeah. I think he'd make a good face of the franchise.
Yeah. Who's going to win the Big 12 tournament?
I think Arizona. I think they're the best team.
They're
overall.
So weird, Fitz. They're so weird because they don't shoot threes, but they're so freaking athletic.
They play a little bit different style than what one would think is effective right now, but they're just elite. And I haven't seen the consistency from anyone else. Arizona had a downtrend for a little bit, but for the most part, they've been really good. BYU's getting, as we mentioned, Houston messed around last night. KU is a wild ride on a roller coaster. Yeah, it's been a weird year in Big 12 basketball, but I think Arizona is the team that from here on, after Saturday on, is going to be the one to watch in the postseason.
There you go. We'll revisit that next weekend. Are you going to be in Kansas City?
I am not. You
don't want to see the glass floor.
Well, I got to tell you, I really do not. But when they play on Tuesday and I'm not. I stopped going to Kansas City.
Okay, that's fine. Fitz, enjoy. Sitting on your butt all day, I have to imagine you can't do much today.
I'm going to play to my strengths.
There you go. Do it. Head over to gopowercat.com. I imagine that the Mr. Gills will be in Kansas City. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That's why I get to take it off, because I trust him.
Lots of Cats coverage over there on gopowercat.com. Fitz, we appreciate it.
Thank you, boys.
We'll be right back.